Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to get back at the exhaust on the Spitfire. We got to figure out where to cut the exhaust pipe so that the header will fit. I got a adapter I showed you in the last video. They kind of booger welded up, but we need to get that exhaust on first before we can do the intake. So I'm going to fight with that a little bit today. See how far along we can get. So why don't you guys hang out? Let's do this. Alright, this is the adapter that came with the header, I guess. We talked about that they booger welded a pipe in and then they necked it down even skinnier. But I mic'd my exhaust pipe and it came out to be about 1 3/4 inch outside diameter. And so I came over to here and to see if this was in it. I'm thinking if I cut this off, because it don't fit, that my exhaust pipe will slip inside this. That's what I'm hoping, because then that extends it back far enough to where, let me get you off to stand here and we'll go show you what I'm talking about. If we, well, get back here. What are you doing, damn it? As we can see, there's a slight bend right about just behind where the bell housing, this edge of the bell housing, starts as a straight section, but then it bends again inward toward the middle of the car. So I want to make sure I cut on that, right at where that bend stops, right where the edge is at, because we want to make sure it's straight back and connects to it. I was looking at from this bolt straight down. If you look at the exhaust, the way it's sitting, if I hang it and then that bolt straight down on the header, this was bolted to the engine. From that bolt hole straight down lines up just about in here. So we may have to play a little bit with this, because this slips in outside of the header, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this slips on the outside of the header, and then we cut this. My exhaust should slip right in here. And I'm not going to go with just regular muffler clamps. I still got to pick them up. I'm going to go with band clamps. If I could find a long enough band, a couple band clamps are probably about 2 or 3 inches wide, I can clamp it here and clamp it here. And that will seal off the exhaust, seal off the header to the pipe. That's what I'm hoping for, because we cannot use that flange, move it, and use it with that flange. Plus, they lopped off one ear probably because it was hitting the freaking floorboard, and they said, well, we'll just cut it off. Yeah, whatever. But I am going to cut that off, and then I need to cut that pipe. Presto. Well, I took my straight edge and I ran it across the exhaust, and it's looking pretty dang good. So I took my roll lock and I cleaned up the surface all the way around the ports, and I cleaned up the head. I am going to be reusing this gasket. Got it on upside down. What do you know, right? But I was just looking at the port, the exhaust ports, make sure that everything is still pretty well lined up. I want to check this with the intake, make sure that the ports, these ain't blocking off a lot of the ports, because flow definitely helps. I am not going to flow those heads. I'm not worried about it. If I ever get around to doing a performance motor and all that, yeah, we'll worry about that later. But you just want to make sure both your decks are flat, which they are, which is good. But I'm going to use some high temp Permatex RTV, but I'm going to do both sides of this gasket just to make positively sure that it is sealing. This stuff's good up to 650 degrees, and I don't see, once it's cured, it's going to do any. All it can do is help, and it's not going to booger something up. But my next objective is to get that pipe cut. And if I need, I want to cut it long, because the next thing is making sure that pipe slips into this pipe, because this slips over the exhaust end here. Hard to do one-handed, as you can see. That's why I want to get band clamps to band clamp this and band clamp this. The pipe is smaller, so it may even fit into there, the exhaust pipe itself. So I may not need this, but we will see, because when I cut that pipe, I am cutting it right around, so it'll go in about that far. The further the better, but we'll see what happens if I can get it done. Alright, I was just getting with it off camera, but that's right at the edge of the bend. I will need an adapter, because I do have this just hanging in place. It's not bolted down. And we go over here. You can see I'm right at the edge of where that bend would have started at. And this It's the same size as the outlet of the header, but don't fit. So I need to get a adapter to this size here, because that fits on the header, but down to this size. So we'll be taking them to the auto parts store. But I can fight with that exhaust at any time. I may have to loosen the exhaust and pull it back enough to where I can finagle it. But I'm going to get the gasket, get the gasket in place. I cleaned up the head surface, all the mating surfaces, and the intake, and get them mounted. Well, I did get these two bolts just barely snug. I got these two studs in. The RTV, as you can see, squeezed down a little bit from the ports, but I ain't worried about it. It'll suck that, it'll burn that stuff off. It's up good up to 580, or was it? I can't remember. 600 something. I don't. But I ain't worried about it. So now I got to get the. I have it siliconed here and here and here already. But we're going to do the intake. I got to get the silicone out and do the intake ports. And the way I decided I'm going to do this is so I can get to the bolts. I'm going to pull the carburetor from the intake manifold and go from there. Going to make it a lot easier for me. And don't tell me I don't have. And it's freaking metric. What do you know, right?
Spitfire's roar, every bolt another story. Frame repair, he'll restore. Grit, sweat, the daily glory. Lost wrench garage, the name. Engine roars and metal planes. Turning rust into flame with every beam that shall bang.
There she is. It'll make life a lot simpler to get that onto the car.
Catches every scene from the shop's chaotic dance. Step by step, keeping machines in the game another chance. TR6 is Spitfire's roar, every bolt another story. Frame repair, he'll restore. Grit and sweat, the daily glory. Lost wrench garage, the name. Engine roars and metal clangs. Turning rust into flame with every beam that shadow bangs.
These footballs, I might be able to get to them from underneath. We'll see. Hopefully I can. Because they're in the way right now. What am I hitting on? That's a tight bit. She's being a pain. Okay, this is what she's doing. She's hitting right there on the header. So I think I might have to take a little bit off. Really snug. Okay, that's going to hold it in place. But what's going on with this is too long. It hits into the runner where it drops down. So I am going to have to figure out if I can find another couple studs to put in there. Something shorter like these. That would work. But we'll figure something out, I guess. All right. What I did is those are just studs. These are like an extension washer. It's threaded all the way through. Extension nut, I mean. I just hit them with a lot of blaster, put it in the vise, and pulled the stud out. But I did have to remove the manifold again. Luckily it's not tacked up. I did remove it, get the studs in, and now we're gonna, I already got one of the locking footballs, what I call them, footballs, on this stud over here. It's still kind of loose. What I found some nuts that are correct for this stud pitch. We'll get them. I cleaned up the threads. Get that on there. Then I'll do the other side. At least you can get up in there with this intake. That stock, pain in the ass. But let's see. Yeah. Get the football position just right. That one's just right. Now we'll come back and tighten everything down at the torque. All right, the book says 20 to 25 foot-pounds. I can't get a torque wrench in there. So it's going to be the good and tight system. I'll snug all these down up here first. Just get them hand. I have to get my wrench back off. Get these all in position since the bottoms are already. Come on up there. Yeah, we'll find out if I like the way that football. I'll show you here in a second. Let me get this one. This is what the deal is with that. You see, there's a piece of weld there, and it hits that. So I had it on it before. I don't know if I should just pull this one, grind it down, and get it aligned, because this side is kind of not. I don't have it in line because it's not on the manifold ear, but we'll get that. But we'll get her tightened down, get it all the good and tight spec. Well, we got the top, everything snuggy up there. Now it's ain't gonna get on that with a box end. Probably be a good thing to tighten up the nut as much as you can.
With grease on my hands and a dream in my heart, piece by piece I gave her a new start. Through late nights and wrenches, through struggle and grime, we rewrote her story one bolt at a time. She's back on the road again, hear the engine roar. A British classic, she's ready to soar. Through winding lanes, past hedgerows and trees, freedom's alive on the breeze. Polished the chrome till it caught the sun. Her leather seats gleaming, the work now done. The spirit of Britain from a golden age now unleashed.
Everything else is good. So, moving ahead. It's looking good. Now, it's to. I do got the hose I was talking about that needs to go. There's like a port underneath here, right here on each side. Need to clamp it on there, bring it. We'll figure all that out. Next, let's throw the carburetor on.
Wheels hit the tarmac, her story reborn. A time-worn beauty, now vibrant and sworn. She's back on the road again, hear the engine roar. A British classic, she's ready to soar. Through winding lanes, past hedgerows and trees, freedom's alive on the breeze. There's something timeless in the way she glides. A bygone era, a sense of pride. Through rain and fog or the summer's glow, this old soul knows where she wants to go. She's back on the road again, hear the engine roar. A British classic, she's ready to soar. Through winding lanes, past hedgerows and trees, freedom's alive on the breeze. Polish the chrome. From the moors to the coast, she takes me away on roads where history still finds its way. A journey of passion, a labor of love. She's more than just metal, she's wings from above. She's back on the road again, hear the engine roar. A British classic, she's ready to soar. Through winding lanes, past hedgerows and trees, freedom's alive on the breeze. Now we glide through the night under stars that gleam. A man in his car chasing the dream. An old British heart with a new lease to roam. Together we've made her a legend come home. She's back on the road again, forever set free.
But I kind of wonder if I can just plug that off. See what I'm saying there? Not enough light in there. Can't see. right there. If I just plug that off, ain't gonna hurt them, because that's the return to the pump. So, because this is being pressurized out of the pump, because the thermostat, that would come down out, so water would flow that way to the valve, so you can adjust your temperature in the car, off or on, or high or low, whatever. Goes through the heater matrix, back out, down to that hose, and back to the pump. So yeah, let's try that. I'm going to try moving that hose over here until I can get another piece. Okay, let's see. Oh. Oh. Ooh. That fits nice. You snuggy snug. Get that clamp on there. I want to go further. There it is. Okay. What do I need to do here? Just take a little bit off. Not much. Just to here. You know, I could probably take a hair off this end instead. Yeah. How much do I need to take off this damn thing? Just about 2 inches. Okay, let me grab my I don't know if they'll do it. I got a razor knife, but I don't like using a razor knife. I don't have a hose cutter. You guys could send me one. That'd be cool. What are you freaking junk? Garbage. Where's the other pair? God damn it. Get out of here. Okay. 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 There it is. I mean, I could probably bypass this thing, but it's supposed to help with your warm-up of the car. But I don't believe in we'll have to get a socket for on that. I can't get a good bite. Okay, so I got these lines on and tight. I still got to contend with that line, that little nipple like I was talking about. Got to figure out what to do about that. I don't want to, because it clamps. Well, no, maybe I won't. Because it clamps right here on the exhaust manifold bolt, holds that pipe in place that's under there. And I thought about cutting it back further to just run the hose down to it, but I said nope. Yeah. So we're going to try and plug that off. We'll probably just use a piece of hose and a bolt and a couple clamps. I have enough hose here to do that with, and figure something out later. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm going to do that now, get that out of the way, and then we'll work on the fuel line, try to get it plumbed over to this side of the carburetor, because before it was going in here, so shorter line. I have longer line. It may just reach, but I don't know with this angle of the dangle if it's gonna kink, or if I can even. No, I can't. So I thought maybe. Nope. Swap that around. Nope. Too much bullshit. But we're getting there. Oh, there we go. We're close. Just a few little things. I don't have the time today to finish that up. Plus, I don't have the collector part that'll fit. So I'll have to go find that. I'll get that on. I'll put the coolant in, and maybe next video we'll put coolant in and do some fine tuning on that carburetor and take care of a few things and get her to the point to where we're ready. Now my battery's dying. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. Had to put you on life support. But yeah, next we'll put coolant in. May have to play with that throttle cable so I can get full throttle. We'll have to see what happens there. Check for coolant leaks once we get that in. Coolant in. Get the exhaust tightened up. So maybe we'll do all that next week. Next video. But hey, thank you guys for hanging out to this point. I really do appreciate it. If you like this kind of stuff, why don't you subscribe? My analytics are saying 89% of you viewers are not subscribed. And it says 40 some odd percent of those viewers that are not subscribed come back. So why don't you just subscribe? You know, it'll let you know whenever I post a new content, another video, stuff like that. So, but yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. Whatever. It shows the algorithm that the video does good because we're interacting. You need to have that. So leave a comment and share. That helps out a lot. Because I'm trying to grow the channel. We're growing at a decent pace, but not too great. But I need view time. So if you guys go back and watch a few videos or whatever, that helps out. But give me a big thumbs up and not finger. And if you want to watch some more videos of my stuff, why don't you check this out? You might like it. I don't know. If you don't, watch something else. But thank you guys for hanging out. Short day. We will talk to you next time. Peace.